Good morning, class 5 pupils. Welcome to our today's mathematics lesson. And as per our last week's lesson, which was mathematics, we were looking at multiplication involving decimals. So today is a continuation of the same. We are still going to look at multiplication involving decimals, but now we are going to look at more difficult examples about the same. So without wasting time, let us start by looking at a few examples. Today I'm going to do only 3 examples. I'm going to do only 3 examples, and then from there I'm going to give you work. So our first example is 0.4. 0.4 times 4. That is the first question we are going to tackle. And as I said last Wednesday, I told you that if you want to work out such a question, number 1, you have to count the number of decimal points. And on number 0.4, we have got only 1 decimal point. We have 1 decimal point only. So what we are going to do, class, we are going to remove the decimal point, and then we remind ourselves in bracket that we removed only 1 decimal point. So from there, you now work out the question without the decimal, which is 4 times 4 times 4. And 4 times 4, the answer is what? 4 times 4 jibu ni 16. After getting 16, we bring back the 1 decimal point, the one that we removed. Tumetoa decimal point moja, kwa hivyo tunarudisha. Kwa hivyo jibu linakuwa nini? 1.6. For class 5, 0.4 times 4, the answer is 1.6. We move to the next example, that is example 2. Example 2 is a bit complicated. We have got 70.23 times 14. 70.23 times 14. What do we do? This is what we are going to do. So we start by removing the decimal point by counting how many decimal points we have on that number. We have 2 decimal points. The one for number 2, the one for number 3. So we have got the decimal for number 2, and we have got the decimal for number 3, which brings to a total of 2 decimal points. So we have 2 decimal points. In bracket, we are going to include that so that we don't forget. So we are going to remove 2 decimal points, and from there, we now work out the multiplication, which is 7,023 times 14. 7,023 times 14. Let us start our long multiplication. 4 times 3, the answer is 12. 2 carry 1. 4 times 2, the answer is 8, plus the one that we carried. Answer is 9. 4 times 0, the answer is 0. Did we carry anything? No. So we write 0 there. 4 times 7, the answer is 28. Did we carry anything? No. So we just write our 28. And then we move on to the next number. 1 times 3. 1 times 3, the answer is 3. 1 times 2, the answer is 2. 1 times 0, the answer is 0. 1 times 7, the answer is 7. Then after that, we add. So we go on with the addition. 2 plus nothing, the answer is 2. 9 plus 3, the answer is 12. 2 carry 1. 1 plus 2, the answer is 3. 8 plus 0, the answer is 8. And 2 plus 7, the answer is 9. How many decimal did we remove, class? We removed 2 decimal points. Tulitoa 2. Kwa hivyo tunaenda kurudisha decimal ngapi? Tunaenda kurudisha decimal 2. On your right hand side, that's where you begin from. 1 decimal point, 2 decimal points. So we have our final answer is 983.22. That is our final answer. So if you take 70.23 times 14, the answer is 983.22. We move to the next example, which is our last example, example 3. we have number 136. 136 times 0.015. So the first thing is to identify the decimal point. How many do we have there? There is one on number 0, then one on 5, then another one, one on 1, and then another one on 5. So how many decimals are those? Those are 3 decimal points. So in brackets, make sure that you include that so that you don't forget after you are done with your multiplication that you are going to remove 3 decimal points. So after that, we go on with our long multiplication, which is 136. 136 times 136 times 15 plus 136 times 15. So after that, we go on with our long multiplication. 5 times 6, the answer is 30. 0 carry 3. 5 times 3, the answer is 18. Sorry, 15. 15 plus 3. 3, the one that we carried, the answer is 18. So we write 8, we carry 1. 5 times 1, the answer is 5, plus the one that we carried, the answer is 6. What is 1 times 6? 1 times 6, the answer is 6. 1 times 3, the answer is 3. 1 times 1, the answer is 1. Then after that, we add. That is 0. 8 plus 6, the answer is 14. So we write 4 and carry 1. 1 plus 6, the answer is 7. 7 plus 3, the answer is 10. 0, carry 1. 1 plus 1, the answer is 2. So we have 2040. Class, how many decimal did we remove? We removed 3 decimal points. So we are going to bring back how many decimals? 3 decimal points. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So those are the number of decimal points we are going to bring back. And if we multiply, of course, now our final answer is going to be 2.040, which is the same as 2.04. That is our final answer. So class, you've seen how multiplication is supposed to be, how multiplication is supposed to be done. And that's how we do our multiplication. So from there, we have got a few questions that I want you to go through now on your own. There are some questions that you're supposed to be doing. Just a minute. There are some questions that you have to do, and the exercises here. Work out the following examples. Sorry, work out the following questions. That is your exercise. Work out the following. Number A, 11.163 times 5. And then number B, we have got 25.578 times 4. 25.578 times 4. And then another question. Another question is 19.961. 19.961 times 3. 19.961 times 3. And then 22.224. 22.224 times 8. 22.224 times 8. 22.224 times 8. And then we have 44.16 times 71. 4.16 times 71. And then the last question, number F, is 213.19 times 9. 213.19 times 9. So those are the questions that I want you to attempt. And then when you are through with those questions, make sure that you send it to me for marking. When you are done with those questions, make sure that you send them to me for marking. Otherwise, I wish you a good day, and till we meet next time, have a good